Hey, Seekers. Okay, today we are going to talk about Mr. Donald Trump and how he is just lowering himself to childlike behavior yet again. It's disgusting. I don't get it. The man is off the rails. I can't believe. I regret my vote so much. I've voted twice in my life. I voted for Ron Paul in 2012, and I voted for Donald Trump reluctantly. I will say I really didn't vote for Donald Trump because I already knew what a monster he was. Like I did not like Donald Trump. So I didn't vote for Donald Trump. I voted for RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard, who he's handcuffed. RFK Jr. is absolutely handcuffed. He had to stand behind Alex Borland. Is it Alex or Borland, the CEO of Pfizer? He had to stand behind him while Trump just gave him, a bunch of money. We already paid for the R&D of the vaccines. We paid for the marketing arm, basically, because the government was pushing it all over the world. A bunch of like 20 some billionaires were created during COVID because of all of this. And he's just been an absolute disaster. But now he's attacking two people that are actually America first. Like, you have people who are, Israel first and pushing Israel policy and getting money from Israel. But Thomas Massie and Marjorie Taylor Greene are two people that are like, they're the blueprint of what a congressperson should be. Like, this is what we want. We want people that listen to the constituents, that vote with principle, and don't toe the party line just because they're a Republican. That's why I argue, that's why I started this podcast, Alt Middle Podcast, because if you join, I'm going to be in no party. I'm in no party whatsoever. And I think everybody should leave the parties, because if you're in a party, then when your party puts up a candidate and that's the person, then you almost feel beholden, because you're part of that party, that you have to toe the line and you have to vote for them. Even if you're like, I don't like this person. There's a lot that I don't like, but you're forced to accept it because, well, they're better than this guy or they're better than this guy. And it used to be like the lesser of two evils. But the evil has become so evil that you're basically like, it used to be like you were voting between a shit sandwich and a turd sandwich, one with nuts. But now you're literally voting for murdering babies or murdering babies. Like what? Like you really like lost your choice. So the two-party system is a complete joke and it needs to go. And the only way that's going to happen is if we all move to the middle, we leave the parties, we just completely leave the parties. I mean, they're fractured anyway, and make them irrelevant. Like I said the other day, the women's lobby I don't agree with the prohibition. I think prohibition never works, but the women's lobbies got the prohibition passed was that in the 20s, I believe? And they were very powerful. So then men fought to get them in the electorate so that they could vote, and it basically took all that power away from them. Like, you didn't fuck with the women's lobby, and we need to be that again. We need to be so big and so powerful and have so many people that are partyless that they have to come to us, just like they do. They have to go to their Jewish donors and go to these meetings and beg for the Jew support. Then they have to go beg for the Christian support. Then they have to go beg for this group's support. Well, let's make a group big enough that they have to come beg for our support. And you can join the community over at altmiddlepodcast.com for free. Like, no credit card required. You can come over, sign up, and let's start this movement. Let's become a lobby that is so big that they have to beg for our support. But let's get into what Trump just said about Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie. I'm going to start with Thomas Massie. He said, did Thomas Massie, sometimes referred to as Rand Paul Jr., because of the fact that he always votes against the Republican Party, get married already? Boy, that was quick. No wonder the polls have him at less than an 8% chance of winning the election. Anyway, have a great life, Thomas, and ? His wife will soon find out that she's stuck with a loser. That is the president of the United States stooping to that level. And Massie in Kentucky having less than an 8% chance, I would love to see where he's getting that number, because I don't buy it at all. People in Kentucky love Rand and love Massie. I mean, like if you see Massey's posts, he has so much support. Yeah, you do have those people that are Trump sycophants and they're like, got to pass Trump's agenda. Trump's agenda is shit. The thing that I respect about Marjorie Taylor Greene and Massey is that they don't just toe the party line. They're not just like, well, it came from a Republican. So, even though this is absolute shit and the crappiest bill I've ever seen, guess I better vote for it. And what Massey should tell you by voting no on this stuff is that that's what these people do. They don't care what their constituents want. They don't care how shit the bill is. It came from their party and they're going to be party loyalists. So they're going to vote for it. And that is the danger of being in a party. That is the danger of party loyalty. Planting a flag as a Republican, planting a flag as a Democrat. Then it's like no matter what, you feel like you have to support whatever shit they throw at you. And it's dangerous. So leave your party, get out of it. No independent, no Republican, no Democrat, no Green Party, no Libertarian Party. Like no party. Get out of them. Get out of the parties. Let's make them come to us. And then I thought this was like, I mean, you want to say funny. It's not really funny, Trump posting this, but look, Trump 2028. That's what Trump posted. And then, of course, we have the interview where Steve Bannon said that Donald Trump was going to win again in 2028. Here's that clip.
Well, he's going to get a third term. So Trump 28, Trump is going to be president in 28. And people just ought to get accommodated with that.
So what about the 22nd Amendment?
There's many different alternatives. At the appropriate time, we'll lay out what the plan is. But there's a plan, and President Trump will be the president in 28.
So, I mean, is he going to go again in 2028? Is that seriously what he's saying? I don't know. But now let's listen to what he said about Marjorie Taylor Greene. So let's read this one first. I'm withdrawing my support and endorsement of Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. And he puts Congresswoman in quotes just to drive it in harder. Like she's Congresswoman, like she's not. Marjorie Taylor Greene of the great state of Georgia. Over the past few weeks, despite my creating record achievements for our country, including a total and complete victory on the shutdown, closed borders, low taxes, no men and women's sports or transgender for everyone, ending DEI, stopping Biden's record-setting inflation, biggest regulation cuts in history, stopping 8 wars, I don't know what he's talking about, rebuilding our military, being respected by every country in the world, as opposed to being the laughingstock that we were just 12 months ago. Okay, whatever, Trump. Having trillions of dollars, record-setting, invested in the USA, and having created the hottest country anywhere in the world from being a dead country just 12 months ago, and so much more. All I see wacky Marjorie do is complain, complain, complain. It seemed to all begin when I sent her a poll stating that she should not run for senator or governor. She was at 12% and didn't have a chance unless, of course, she had my endorsement, which she wasn't about to get. He thinks he's a kingmaker, right? The guy thinks he's a kingmaker. Like these people can win outside of him. There's been plenty of people he's endorsed that lost. His endorsement doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit. Like he thinks it does. He thinks he's just like, I am the kingmaker. You must come to me and you must ask me permission to run for senator or governor because without me, you'll never make it. Shut the fuck